Well, hello everyone. You have right here of talking about with the nest right here, and I'm sure most of us have seen from the previous video that I put up right here of talking about with the houses, but still, that you have right here of talking about with the nest right here, and I'll go and show everybody here that these right here are supposed to be examples right here of like twigs, like if this right here was supposed to be a nest right here. And you're thinking that, okay, yeah, you got the birds right there, and then want to know too that if you want to go ahead and put in some twigs right there, if that right there is supposed to look like, make it look a little bit more like a nest, like yeah, Easter basket maybe, and everybody might say that, yeah, maybe a little bit more like an Easter basket, like maybe if it's supposed to be for Easter or something like that, some holiday like that, you see that that there's a nest. And so yeah, so it's like if you go ahead and paint, drawing the details right there, that this right here is supposed to be an example of a nest right here, and everybody might say that yeah. So really, when do birds usually build their nest? And for sure that I'm like yeah, usually in the springtime, but still that whenever you do think about that, and you're thinking that to where that yeah that when we do talk about whenever it comes to nest and then whenever it comes to homes and so yeah, so you got the bird right here, but it's like yeah, you look at the nest right there, and the way I have this painted right here, that yeah, I have the cast shadow right here. So if we can all see that right there, I'm like yeah, talk about with the cast shadow right there, and you're thinking that yeah, does that look real is that supposed to look cute looking, or like everybody might say that you're adorable or something like that? Anything else that you had to say? But really, that if we're going to be talking about any Easter cards of any kind, then do you think that show an example of maybe some jelly beans, eggs with some jelly beans right there, and you want to know too that yeah, if you have some eggs with some jelly beans right there, what exactly do you think that's really represents in particular? Like yeah, for Easter or so, but still that but still, it's like whenever you do think about that, and then 102 talk about with the chickens, right? And so everybody say, yeah, you have right here like impressive, and you got the chicken right here, and yeah, the duck. I guess you say the duck right here. You got the duck right here, chickens, but you got the duck right here, and you see this right here with the wings and all that. But then I thought I'd go ahead and add in right here of talking about with the nest right here, because I know that people say that yeah, if you would actually put like yeah, if the duck were to actually be building a nest, about how many nests at a time, and I can go ahead and put on here, yeah, I can go ahead and color in the arrows too. Everybody might say that yeah, so that way we can all see that right there. But still, yeah, this is the direction right here. I'll go ahead right here, if I can go ahead and select this arrow right here that's over here. Yeah. I'm trying to select it here so that way we can see that. And, you got the arrows right here that I drew with the pencil tool right here, but you got yeah, these arrows right here. And then you have right here with the eggs in the nest right here. So it's like, yeah, so really, that every time you do think about that you necessarily think about, north, south, east, or west. And, but, still, it's like, you're worried to where that, marching duckling right here, but you see right here is with the nest right here. Yeah, you got the nest right here, and, so if, you got, the ducky right here, the ducky that's going to be holding the twigs like that. And 102, yeah, you got the twigs right here, but still, I'm put right there like yeah, if they would be holding them in their mouth and ready to yeah the build a nest right there. And so you got you got the duckies right there, and if you want to make those little bit thicker or so, but still. Anyway, so that way we can see it, right? But still, I'll go and put on here that yeah, add in some more sticks right here for the nest, but everybody might say that for anything that represents for home, right? But you want to know too that what does it usually mean if you do see a nest with some eggs in there? Like everybody might say that, yeah, you got the eggs right in there, and want to know too that a place where the birds normally put their nest, and so really that if you could actually see that on an actual greeting card, do you think, and for any reason at all, that like everybody might say that it usually means that spring is coming, or does that usually mean is like, yeah, migration or something like that? Yeah, if you do see a nest, a bird nest in a tree, in a little tree or something with some eggs in there, and so it's like, yeah. So a lot of times you want to know too that you want to get a picture of that, and I'm like, I really don't know anybody that might say that if you're going to be going out and if you're going to be going outside and looking at nature, that do you think that you would go ahead and show somebody a photograph of a bird's nest with eggs in there? And you want to know too that what exactly, why do you think that you would want to do that? And why do you think that you would want to photograph any moment like that? Like, you saw some ducks right there, and you decided to go ahead and take a photograph of that just because. And but I'm sure a lot of kids would have their reasons to why they do stuff, right? But you're thinking as toward, okay, yeah, that you had the bird's nest right there, but you have right here all these eggs right here, and so really that with the eggs right there, but like everybody say that yeah, is that really supposed to tell a story of any kind, or like everybody might say that is it supposed to maybe tell maybe a poem or something like that, or maybe riddles or something like that, sentence riddles or something like that? But whenever you do look at eggs right there, and you might think that, okay, yeah, it's supposed to represent, for Easter, maybe or St. Patrick's Day or something like that. You're like, yeah, you got two eggs right there in the nest, and a lot of times it's like, yeah, on the greeting card, known as to where that, yeah, is it really supposed to mean also that now it's your turn to go ahead and have kids? I'm like, yeah, yeah. So it's like, so each time you do think about, whenever we talk about the duckies right here, whenever we talk about chickens and duckies, whenever they lay eggs, that are they necessarily thinking about whose turn is it really to go ahead and yeah, build a nest and maybe to provide the eggs? And I'm like, yeah. So it's like so whenever you do think about that, and I want to know too that that yeah, you learn something from that or something like that, but still. One more by the little right here. I'm like, could that also mean is toward it, one more by the little? Could that also mean is to where that you see something, that yeah, do you see something that maybe somebody else cannot see? Like, and everybody might say that, yeah, do you know something I don't? Yeah, what does that usually mean whenever you say that? Yeah. So what does it usually mean? Yeah. Could you paraphrase that as to where, yeah, I can go and put a lowercase right there, but yeah, yeah. Do you know something I don't? And so I guess put a comma right there, but still, so it's like so whenever you do think about that, and you're thinking as to where that that yeah, that you're trying to mention something to somebody for sure, and they might say that maybe that's another reason why that a lot of storytellers would say that it's a good idea to go ahead and have those underlined because of the fact that all that hard work that you put into something for sure, and they'll say is toward it, yeah, that you start talking about something, and the first thing that somebody's going to say is to her, do you know something I don't know? And so yeah, that do you know something I don't? And but still, it's like whenever you do think about that and want to know too, that yeah, do you know something I don't? And so I thought I'd go ahead and put that in right there of talking about with the eggs right there, and I guess a lot of times that usually happens when we do talk about that whenever you do see something that somebody else cannot see, and one of those is going to be that you saw eggs in a nest or something like that, or yeah, you took a photograph of something, or that I'm like yeah. So like everybody might say this to where that if you are trying to tell somebody something for sure, that do you think that maybe that somebody would say that that's one of the reasons why that they took a photograph of something? Photographs that you picture in your mind about what you're trying to say, and so do you look at that as maybe another source of language or just another source of saying as to where that if you know something, speak up about something, but still. But you have right here, yeah, the eggs in the nest right here, but on the other hand, that I thought I'd go ahead and show everybody here. You got these twigs right here. I'm like, yeah, it looks like a nest. Make it look a little bit like a nest right there. And so the way I think about too, that when we do talk about eggs in a nest, that you're thinking that yeah, eggs in a nest. That pretty much means is to where that's considered the home, or like everybody say that it's considered spring. It's around the spring season. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna say for Talk About with the Duckies.